ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round number 11 of the RSF1 series here with F4. And as you can see, we have a new driver, and he seems to think it's a great idea to be on the intermediate tyres. Not overly sure what he's up to, but he's on them. So yeah, there's not a lot we can do. And as you can see, Rogue in the wall. Obviously, Owen will get a penalty for being on the inters, but Rogue doing a little 3-point turn. Don't really know what happened to Rogue to lose it there, but yeah, it's a bit annoying for him. And now he's coming into the next corner. He gets his braking wrong, has to go straight on before he goes into the wall. And now he's sat on the outside of the corner having a little bounce around with no front wing. Not ideal for Rogue, and as you can see, he's currently Carlos Sainz because he's joined the session late as well. So yeah, hasn't started very well for him, and he's going to have to hope it gets better before it gets worse. And yeah, I don't know why we're still watching Rogue, but the championship is on here in F4. We got a couple drivers battling through. We got RSF1 Lincoln, RSF1 Millsy, we've got Cornet Star. We have some outsiders in Kachow. We've got a Primus Gaming back in the division now this year. Primus has came back to RSF1. He took a step away for a little while, but now he's returned. So yeah, it could be anybody's game today. And as you can see now, Owen coming to the line here at Q1. Can he do enough to get himself into Q2? And he does in his debut. Goes P9. Now Bizarre Mike to the line. What can he do? Goes P8. So he does enough as well. Lincoln's P9 at the moment. It's not one of his best tracks. Now Immortal, you can see in P16, is out already. Now Scotsman's getting a beautiful toe from his teammate here, RSF1 Source. And he's getting a beautiful, as you can see, he's right behind. He's pulled out now at the perfect time. Should come to the line, should be able to do just enough to get through. And he does a 40.8, but actually, it's not enough. And he's now binned it. Scotsman's out. He knew that wasn't enough. He's going for another one. And he is now out. Primus just came past it. Can Primus do enough to get himself into Q2? As he's coming through to the line now. And it should be enough. And it's, oh wow, it's more than enough. It's P1 for the session. Primus tops the session. And you go all the way down now to see who's out. We've lost Scotsman from a crash, Active Fox, and Immortal down in last place. You get used to Immortal being last in quali, but he's a very, very quick qualifying driver. And as you now can see, RSF1 Lincoln on his first lap, and he's turned too early and bounced off the wall. Lincoln, you absolute buffoon. He is turned way too early, hit the wall. That's damage, and that's going to ruin that run. That's run one done for Lincoln. Now you can see Bizarre Mike come into the line, get a tiny toe there from, I think, Owen. Now Kachow tops the session with a 40.241. Now Cornet Star tops the session with a 40.034. Trichy Pines goes third. All these drivers on the mediums. We've got a couple drivers now on the soft tyres. Button to the line. Button goes P3, 40.353. Very good lap from Button. Now we have a little silent point. Cornet Star does a 39.6 on the medium tyres. What a lap that is. And can anybody get close to that? That is a whole 6 tenths faster than anybody else as it stands. As Owen now goes 8th place. Can he do enough to get himself into Q3? And, oh, interesting moment there for Bizarre Mike. It looks like he turned too early, cut the corner, and then just didn't attempt to turn out of the corner. So, that is him out. As you can see also, we got Primus Gaming, who is out of the race as well. Out of quali, sorry. He's in the middle of the track. He won't be taking any more part in quali. Source to the line now. Can Source top this session? No, but he does go second place on the soft tyres, which could be a downfall because he's now starting the race on soft compound tyres. Yes, he has got into the top 10, but he needs to be high in the top 10 to do it. And Lincoln does just enough. Can his championship rival Millsy do it? Yes, he can. Millsy goes P6. So the scare's over for them. Owen, Primus, Old Manzy, Rogue, and the guy who's bottom of the session, Bizarre Mike. All of those boys are out. And yeah, we move on to Q3. Who is going to get pole position here around this difficult track. It's a nightmare, and as you can see, Desbro to the line. He's going to be the first man to set a lap. What can it be? It's a 39.5, really good lap from Desbro. Can anyone beat that? Source, no. 40.3. Trick 2 Pines, no. Lincoln, no. Fish Sticks, no. No one's got close to it yet. Millsy, not even remotely close. Cornet Star. Now, he is a guy that can beat that lap. Can he do it? He's going to drive the wheels off this car. And he does. A 39.43. He does beat the lap. Now, he's on another lap. Fish Sticks tops the session. Can Cornet Star, this was a concern at the time, can he get to the line before the checker flag? And no, he can. He missed it by about 1.3 seconds or something. It wasn't much, but he missed it. Now Kachow tops the session. Cornet Star has bottled qualifying. He's going to be starting at least P3. Braver Container goes P2, so now Cornet Star starting P4. Who else can beat him? Can Button beat him? Button's the line now. Kachow's obviously looks like he's on pole at the minute. I don't think anyone can compete with that lap that Kachow's done. That is a terrific lap. Button to the line, P5, just... Oh my god, he's done exactly the same lap as Cornet Star, but because Cornet set it earlier, Cornet gets that position. Fistix stays in P3. Now we go through the grid. Immortal down in P18. We got Active Fox started in P17 with the Flying Scotsman in 16th in the AlphaTauri. In front of him, you got Bizarre Mike, who I don't know if he can spell bizarre, but that's how he spelled it. Then in front of him, you've got TYG Rogue in the Ferrari. In front of him, another Ferrari-powered car of Old Manzi. Then we've got the returning Primus Gaming, who is a reserve driver and filling in this week. So he is filling in. Then we got NUFC Owen, who's new. Another reserve, I believe. Then we got RSF1 Source in P10. Starting on the soft tyres down in P10. It's not ideal for him. Millsy in P9. Trick 2 Pines in P8. Hopefully a little buffer for Lincoln. Then RSF1 Lincoln in 7th. With Desbro in 6th place in the Alfa Romeo. Just in front of him you got Button 22, who is a bit of a street specialist. Then you got Cornet Star, the man on form right now, destroying everybody else. Looks pretty much unbeatable. Then you got Fish Sticks P3, Braver Container, yet to pick up any points this season, starting in P2, and RSF1 Kachow, who is a good driver and is starting in P1. Brilliant lap from him to give himself pole. 5 red lights. And it's go, go, go here for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in F4. And as you can see, there's absolute chaos. There's an AlphaTauri flying down the inside. And that is Source. Comes down the inside on Lincoln. And Lincoln then hits the Red Bull. And Lincoln loses a few positions. Goes from P7. Now down to P11. Now back into P10. There's some damage for somebody. I think Immortal's also got some damage. He loses his front wing. Absolute chaos back there. Can everybody keep out of trouble and everyone make this first lap? Rogue looks like he's made a mistake somewhere along the line. As you can see in the background, Rogue's dropping down the order. Rogue is out. TYG Rogue is already out of the Grand Prix. Millsy side by side with NUFC Owen, who looks like he's made the move on him on his debut. Gone up 5 positions off the line. Scotsman's also gained 5. Lincoln has lost 2. It has been a chaotic start to this race. Kachow has already gapped by 1.3 seconds over Braver Container. Fish Sticks in P3, Cornet Star P4, Button P5, NUFC Owen P6, who's all over the back of Button now. Millsy P7, RSF1 Source P8, Lincoln P9, Trick 2 Pines in 10th, and Scotsman just outside of the top 10. As Active Fox has now binned it. Active Fox is out, and that's brought out a VSC, and there's chaos. There's a car park in the castle section, and Immortal just wiggles between them. Now this is what I wanted to show you. NUFC Owen, what's he doing? You don't do this under the safety car. He's trying to overtake Button. Look, he's doing that little glitch where if you glitch your way at a certain speed past him, it gives you the position. He's trying to do that. He's getting very close to him. I didn't record the whole thing. He was getting very close to him throughout this entire safety car period. And it was just weird driving. No one really knew what he was up to. And he was just dangerous, to be honest with you. And you'll see very shortly, after this, Karma bites. And when Karma bites, it bites hard. So this driving from Owen, at the minute you can see him behaving, but a minute ago, just before this clip, Owen was literally driving so close to Button, and it just was completely unnecessary, as we now switch to Kachow, who's leading the grid through these next few corners, through the castle section, following the safety car. All you got to do now, as you can see, Braver loses the back end. I don't know if he got any front wing damage from that, but Braver, massive tank slapper through the castle section. And as you can see now in the background, Owen catching up with Button again on the interval. And you can see he's getting closer and closer. Now he's passed him. And now he's let Button back through. And now Owen has binned it into the wall and is out of the Grand Prix. Ridiculous driving. I'm not really sure what he's doing. I was sent the clip, but I haven't had time to edit it in. Owen, you just need to use some common sense, really. That was poor. But now we go to the safety car restart. Can Kachow absolutely nail this? It's really important to get the safety car restart right here. And he's gone already, because of the slipstream. And I think he may have got it just about right. Bravey Container is slipstreaming him, but it might not be enough straight. So I think he might just about got it right, and he has. As you can see now, we've got 3 wide going into turn 1. Lincoln looks like he's made a move on Pines, his teammate, and Scotsman, potentially. That's a good move there from Lincoln on the restart. Now he's behind his championship rival, one of them, in RSF1 Millsy, as we lose Source. Source is out. Source has had a big moment. Now we're watching Scotsman all over the back of RSF1 Lincoln after losing that position. Can he get that place back? He's thinking about cut back, and now he's got Lincoln's teammate Chuck 2 Pines coming down the inside of him, and he just about covers him off 4. Now Scotsman is all over the back of him. As you can see up front, Kachow already has that second gap. Then you've got Braver in second, Fishsticks third, Cornet Star fourth, who's kind of just sitting pretty for the moment, just saving ERS. Doesn't need to do too much. Button in P5, Millsy 6th, Lincoln 7th, Scotsman 8th, Trick 2 Pines 9th, Old Manzy 10th, Primus 11th, Bizarre Mike 12th, and Immortal making up the final position right now in 13th place. We've lost Source, Owen, Active Fox, Desbro, and Rogue already from this race. So 4 laps in, we've lost 5 drivers. Not a good start, but let's hope the attrition rate gets a little bit better, because these drivers are being eaten alive around here. As we're now watching Lincoln trying to line up a move on Millsy. Scotsman trying to get close to him in the background. See, Scotsman loses the back end. Scotsman comes across the track, and thank God for ghosting. Otherwise, Scotsman was taking Old Manzy with him there. Probably a little bit of poo came out there for Old Manzy. That was a terrifying moment, and that is both AlphaTauris out in 1 lap. That is awful. As you can see now, Millsy has pitted, Lincoln pitted, Immortal, and Mike, and Pines is in the wall. Pines is now out under the safety car. Wow! Now we go to the safety car restart once again here on lap 6. Safety car restart after safety car restart after safety car restart. Kachow leads it again. We've only got 11 drivers left now. Everyone bar 1 driver will be scoring points at this current rate. And as we can see, Kachow gets a great restart, but Cornet Star gets an even better one. I don't know when he passed Fishsticks, but he is past Fishsticks. I think it just came before the safety car came out, but there was so much chaos going on, I missed it. Now you can see Millsy has Lincoln right behind him. Lincoln goes in quite deep there. Can Millsy make the move on Primus Gaming? Because he's on the soft tyres, Primus on the hard, and then you've got everyone else on the medium tyres. So Millsy's the only guy on the soft tyres, and that's a lovely move down the inside. Primus gives him a lot of respect. Lets him go down the inside. Lincoln, I think, hits the back of Primus, which has given him some wing damage. So Lincoln will probably have to pit at the end of this lap, potentially for the hard compound of tyre, and hoping for his sake he can go to the end from there. Now you can see Cornet Star all over the back of Braver up front, and now you've got Millsy all over the back of Old Manzy. It's going to be chaos when the DRS gets activated in a lap or 2. And you can see everybody just following each other through the castle section. Millsy is getting a little bit impatient, it looks like, but Millsy's the kind of driver that wouldn't make a rash move. But he is just sitting there for now, he's just riding his time, and the time will come where he can overtake comfortably, because his tyre advantage is massive. And as you can see now, we've got RSF1 Lincoln chilling down in P10. He's currently got 1 point. He's got the only person behind Lincoln, the championship leader, is Bizarre Mike. And yeah, it's not been a great performance for Mr. Lincoln. He has struggled, to be honest with you. Today he has had an absolute nightmare around a track he does not like. And now Lincoln has been passed by Mike because Lincoln has to come into the pit lane to get fresh tyres and replace his wing. Unfortunate for him, but now he can't do too much. And now Immortal's trying to go for a move on Millsy. Millsy is squeezing him very aggressively to the pit wall. No contact against the pit wall, but wheel-to-wheel banging. That was dangerous, but it was just about okay. Now you can see Immortal probably will be more aggressive next time he goes for that move, unless Millsy now can just get away from them and basically not be involved in a battle with the other drivers around him, because that was probably quite a frustrating moment for Immortal. Because Millsy obviously wants to stay in front because he's on the better tyres, he's on the soft tyres currently, which would be the better compound of tyre at this stage, and he would want to stay in front so he doesn't have to deal with battling through an extra car. Now you can see, we jump now to lap 9, you got Immortal, still all over the back of Millsy, he's just sitting there, he loses the back end slightly through there, and we've still got 11 drivers left in this Grand Prix. And it's just a crazy race so far. I did this race live com about 2 hours ago now, and it was exhausting. It was just constant action, constant things to talk about. It was a crazy race. The strategy at this point is still crazy. We don't know which way it's going to go. Millsy now is probably going to have a go at Old Manzi down this straight. Old Manzi's slowly losing with the slipstream of Button in front, so it should be quite comfortable for Millsy pretty soon. He should be able to make this move and get past, but it's all about, can he get this move done? It's going to be a tough one. It's not going to be a straightforward overtake for Millsy, but we'll see. He tries to go down the inside. Old Manzi comes across. Now that opens up a door for Immortal to maybe attempt to move. DRS has been activated now, so this is going to open up a lot more opportunities. Immortal's sitting behind them now. Old Manzi's still getting a bit of slipstream and DRS from Button. Button's still getting it from fish sticks. It's a fish stick train at this point. On lap 10, we've got another 16 laps of this chaos to go. It's Cornet Star now all over the back of Kachal. Kachal's basically run out of ERS now, so this should be an easy move for Cornet Star for the race lead. As you can see, he's gaining. Easy move, as Kachal also boxes. He goes for the undercut. Now, you've got Braver in P2. We're currently watching Immortal now behind Millsy, who is behind Old Manzi. And Old Manzi all over the back of Button now. Old Manzi should be able to make a move on Button if he gets good traction out of it. Button does lose the back end slightly, but gets better traction. Fish Sticks in the pits, Kachal in the pits. We're on lap 11 now, as Kachal comes out in P9. You've got a yellow flag, and it's a safety car. Braver Container has put it in the wall. Oh my god, Button, without ghosting there, Button probably would have absolutely panicked. Yes, ghosting is on, and the reason it's on because sometimes this game can be pretty unreliable. Now everybody that finishes this race tonight will get points. Everybody will get points, and at this point we're just checking who's pitted for what and trying to understand who can go to the end. Immortal can go to the end from this point. I believe we also found out that Old Manzi could, Lincoln could, Bizarre Mike could, also Millsy if he wanted to. So yeah, it opens up a lot. Now Cornet Star on the soft compound of tyre. He's probably going to have to pit again as well, and probably Kachal. And he does get a good launch, but he's on the soft tyre, so maybe he can pull away. And also another thing, as Fishsticks comes into service drive-through, but he also was a really slow restart, which made Lincoln very slow. As you can see, Kachow is now disconnected. We're having to invite Kachow back to the game, but he's disconnected, and that's caused Cornet Star to get a 2.3 second gap at the front. As we can see now, Mike battling with Primus. Primus trying to go around this outside of Mike. Doesn't do it yet. Primus now looking very aggressive on the back of Millsy. I think Primus just made that move on Mike, actually, the previous lap. Or this lap, I can't remember. Immortal has also had to pit again due to wing damage, which is very frustrating for Immortal. And that probably rules him out of any good sort of points finishes. Now Primus all over the back of Millsy. Millsy all over the back of Old Manzi. And Old Manzi has lost Button out front already. The top three have gapped everybody out. Now you can see Primus looking very fighty. He wants to make these moves on the two drivers in front. He wants to get past the both of them, and he wants to actually make some positions and, you know, show the fact he's been away for a while. He's still not lost it. He's still got the pace. He's still one of the better drivers around, because last year in F4 he was picking up points after points, podiums and podiums. He was just a great driver. He took a couple podiums off me, actually, because I finished 4th in F4 a few times because he got 3rd. And, yeah, in his final ever race at Abu Dhabi, he got 3rd and I got 4th as well, which was just, oh, it's delightful. And he goes for an inside move there. Millsy covers him off, but he just sits now in behind. He's going to go for another move. Millsy now in the DRS and slipstream, and he's using a tiny bit of ERS. Now he's turned it off. Millsy down the inside, very aggressive. Old Manzi holds around the outside, which is now going to give Primus a chance. Millsy down the inside, Old Manzi gives him space. Now if you look on board now with Primus is nearly alongside Millsy. He's thinking about going for a move down the inside. Millsy covers that one, he goes for the inside. So Primus is trying to go around the outside. What an amazing move, he can make the stick, and he passed both of them around the outside. That is move of the season, overtake of the season. What a move from Primus Gaming. He has not lost it. He's still got everything he's ever had. What an overtake. Bravo, Primus Gaming. What a pass. You can't take that away from the guy. Amazing overtake. Now we are watching Millsy all over the back. And now with Cornet Star in the pits after 4 laps on those softs. That says what the softs can do. He's going to box off them ones, go for another fresh set of medium tyres, because the softs are rubbish. The softs only last 5 laps max. So if anybody can make them go longer, fair play. Millsy now has Old Manzi all over the back of him. But he should be able to gap him now, because he has passed Old Manzi, I think, in that lap. Immortal does the fastest lap of the race. And now we just settle down. Old Manzi is kind of cruising along with Bizarre Mike now behind him, and we're watching Cornet Star all over the back of RSF1 Lincoln. He's lining up a move on the fresher tyres. It should be the easiest pass of his life, and he has made it easy on the championship leader, who's nowhere today because he just doesn't like this circuit. He's not a street circuit kind of guy. He doesn't like this circuit, he doesn't like Singapore, and I don't think he'll like the new circuit Jeddah. I'm pretty sure he doesn't like Monaco neither, so yeah, it's just Lincoln, it's just not his kind of circuit. So he's just petering along. He's had a bit of bad luck in this race as well. But Cornet Star absolutely flying here on lap 19. Now Millsy trying to line up a move on Primus, who is coming into the pits. So Millsy's just getting all the slipstream that he could before he pits. And he does get into P3 now. Button and Kachow in front. I don't know what this means. I think Kachow has to pit again. Old Manzi now. Just going along on his own as Cornet Star down the inside of Mike. Very aggressive overtake. Mike nearly loses the back end, but Cornet Star up another position. Now he has a 2-second gap, which he's already closed by 3 attempts in 2 corners. 4 attempts make that. That is crazy. He's already near enough on the back of Old Manzi. He is flying. These medium tyres are insanely grippy, as Button pits for a set of soft tyres for the end of the race. So that will be beneficial to Button. He should be able to now fly through. Fishsticks comes into the pits again. Immortal is still going along minding his own business. Fishsticks now in 10th place. Cornet Star all over the back of Old Manzi. This is going to be a comfortable move. When will he make it? Will he make it nice and early, or will he just sit behind him? And it looks like he's going for the latter. He's just going to sit there, and he lines him up now. Is he going to make the same move he did prior on Bizarre Mike? Down the inside. Old Manzi shouldn't fight this one too much. Doesn't really. And that is a lovely overtake, and he's into P3. Fighting his way through the field. Now next up for him, 2 seconds up the road, is RSF1 Millsy, as Kachow does have to pit. So that will be the battle for the current lead between him and Millsy. Kachow probably should have pitted last lap. He's stayed out an extra lap too long because he is losing this gap. As you can see now, he's in the pit lane. He's come out P4. Cornet Star all over the back of Millsy. Thinking about a move. Millsy goes deep. Cornet Star lines up. Gonna make the same exact move he's made on Mike and on Old Manzi. Down the inside of Millsy. Shouldn't fight it too hard. Doesn't really. And there you go. Cornet Star back into the race lead. Kachow also makes the same move on Old Manzi at the exact same time. And it looks like Kachow will now close that gap on Millsy and then maybe battle Cornet Star for the lead. But it's going to be some ask because Cornet's looked really fast all race. And if he can do that, then credit to him. Now you can see Kachow in the slipstream. Probably he's run out of ERS, but at this point of the race, everybody has. Kachow makes that move, nice and easy. Millsy down to P3, Kachow up to P2. Can he close the gap on Cornet Star? I don't know at this point of the race, at this stage of the race. He could do, but it's going to be some challenge to do so. But he has a tyre advantage, he has grip advantage, but does he have overall pace advantage? Now Mike's in the pits for a set of softs. We've got Primus Gaming doing a 3 to 4 to 5 point turn. Something out of Jekyll and Hyde this. That was brilliant. Primus, unlucky mate, but that was a funny moment. He's had the good, the bad and the ugly in this race. So yeah, he's going to hopefully continue and get himself some points. But that was an interesting moment there for Mr. Primus. Kachow, time penalty was on board of him there as well. Kachow gets a time penalty. That's unfortunate. That will probably rule out the race now. It's probably done. As Button makes a move on Lincoln. There's nothing Lincoln can do that to defend out on the 14 lap hard tyres against 3 lap old softs. And the DRS advantage as well. Easy move. Lincoln may even lose another position to Immortal, but Immortal tyres are absolutely naff. As Primus crashes at the high speed left right. Oh dear, Primus, unlucky my man. He's out of the race now. And it is just now ticked down. I don't know if Button can get himself P3. Button could potentially close that gap on Millsy, you know. He's gaining on Old Manzi quite fast, and he should be able to make this move. He can make it now with an extra lap to go. He should be in a good position. He's going for that move down the inside, nice and easy. 2 laps left, and he makes that move stick. Now Lincoln might be thinking about a move potentially to gain an extra point on Old Manzi, an extra position, but it's going to be quite hard work for Lincoln. He probably have to do it to the line. If we go on board with Lincoln now, he's got no ERS left. He's going to use a bit of DRS, see if he can close the gap as they start the final lap, because the leaders will start the final lap, so that means it's already classing as the final lap for us. Sometimes it doesn't do that, but it has in this case. As you can see, Cornet Star still leads the race from Kachow, Millsy, Button, who is only 1.6 seconds behind Millsy now. He is flying Cornet Star to the line. Obviously, Kachow has 3 seconds, and he has closed the gap now to about 5 tenths. He would have passed him anyway. And that is a win for Cornet Star. Kachow gets second. Now, can Button take P3 of Millsy? It looks like he can. He's got Slipstream, DRS, and ERS, but he's run out of ERS now, and he's just not gaining. He's not gaining on him at all. He must have a high downforce. And Millsy gets P3, Button P4. Lincoln takes Old Manzi to the line, P5. Then P6 for Old Manzi. Immortal P7. Bizarre Mike 8. And Fish Sticks 9. And what all that means to the championship is, and obviously the fastest lap goes to Kachow, but what that means to the championship is it closes up at the very top. And it is a very entertaining championship battle. Lincoln, Cornet Star and Millsy, not in that order. It is looking like it's going to the wire. I really hope you guys have enjoyed tonight's race and today's race. I've been Chris12 LFC, and I'll leave you the championship standings, and I'll see you later.